Plymouth Argyle regained the lead over in League One after Ipswich tripped up a little bit. Of course, we'll talk about that and more next. That's right, folks. Matt was giving a prediction video today before the match number 23 in, of course, League One. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe button, bang it. All things League One related, Plymouth Rovers related, no more World Cup related. Of course, yes, focus now switches to the domestic game as, of course, the World Cup has come to a close. And, of course, none other than Plymouth Argyle, of course, lead the charge back over in League One. Can they hold on to it? We'll take a look in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But anyway, let's get cracking, of course, and have a look at what we're talking about. We're talking about the League One, of course. Now, it has been a bit of a pain in the ass, of course, the results, of course, with snow causing cancellations all over the place, including League One over the past weekend on the 17th of December. So we'll review those games right here, right now. A lot of them didn't take place, but we are looking forward to the next round of games. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to just do a big reveal because it's a big old mess right now. But we'll go over them one by one. Of course, Bolton won was picked up a 2-0 win over Exeter. Of course, I went with a 2-1 win myself. Charlton, 2-1 loss to Bristol Rovers. I went with a 1-0 win the other way. We got Derby, 4-0 win over Forest Green. I went with a 3-1, not too shabby on that one. Barnsley, 2-0 win over Burton. Got that one spot on. Plymouth, 2-1 win over Morecambe. I went with a 2-0 win on that one. Milton Keynes, Dons, 2-0 win. I went the other way, 3-0 win for Pompey. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Oxford 0, 2-1 it was for the Wednesday. And Wycombe with a 1-0 win over Ipswich. Big result that was in the end. But these four were postponed, and I'll have to do that again another time. This is what the table does look like as of recording. Plymouth Argyle 47 points at the moment. Ipswich Town are in second, with Wednesday in 2/3, within touching distance though of a second spot at the moment. Barnsley making a push as a Bolton Derby, yeah, that's it at the moment. Meanwhile, Wycombe, of course, back in the hunt as a Peterborough. Bristol Rovers making a push. Portsmouth trailing off a little bit with a couple of games in hand. Going down though, Morecambe, Burton, MK Dons, and Forest Green Rovers. Let's take a look at the prediction league. We'll take a bloody bow. Shaded on a nanny number row, of course, up there with the top bills there with 5 points. Well done to you guys for keep it on. Of course, the overall leaderboard, those looks like this. Shaded on with 99 points. Riley Turton up there with 96, as does Russell Frost at the moment, of course. But it is all to play for still in the back end of this one. That's the old stuff, which should be deleted. Hey, editor, sort that shit out. If you want to get involved, cut the Fortress League One. It is free. Get amongst it, and you could even win a prize. So we are looking forward to the Boxing Day games, which are coming at you right here, right now. So let's take a look at it. All of these games taking place at the same time. I believe so. Let me just look. There's just one that's a little bit off the pace here. Where's Derby? Okay, except for the Bolton Derby game. The Bolton Derby game is on the 27th. But anyway, let's kick it all off with, of course, Accrington Stanley up against Barnsley. Of course, that's coming at you on your match day number 20, whatever it is, 23, something like that. So these two sides have played 2 times 2018. Nothing but Accrington, 2 wins for Barnsley, no draws, of course. Stanley, though, unbeaten in the last 5, 75% form for them right now, 19th in the table. Up against Barnsley side, of course, on 4th in the table, just 1 defeat at the past 6, and they're winning 5 out of those 6 as well. Last time around, they're over in Accrington, was a 2-0 win for Barnsley back in November 2018. Stanley, their 4-2 win over Burton. Barnsley with a big 2-0 win over Burton themselves in the league. Of course, Stanley's victory was over them in the trophy on the 13th of December. Look at the odds right here, right now. We've got Accrington Stanley 23-10 for the victory, 23-10 is a draw, 23-20 is your away win. So Barnsley are favoured to win this game. I've gone with a 1-0 win though for Stanley. Stanley at home are difficult to beat, and I think they will get one over on Barnsley on this one. Burton Albion up against Lincoln City coming at the Pirelli Stadium, played each other 10 times, 6-9, 4 wins for Burton, 5 wins for Lincoln, 1 draw, of course. Burton without a win, 4 now, 50% form for them right now. Lincoln, just 1 defeat past 6, 60% form for them heading into this match, of course. Lincoln, 2-1 win it was for Burton last time round, back on the 29th of Jan 2022. Lincoln, though, 4-2 win over Everton in the Football League Trophy back on the 13th of December. Meanwhile, Burton with a 2-0 loss to Barnsley in the Pirelli. That was on the weekend, of course. That's right. Take a look at the odds here. 11-8 is your Burton, of course. 2-1 is your Lincoln. 23-10 is the draw, and that's which I'm going with a 2-1 win for Lincoln City here. I don't know what to expect from Lincoln City. Are they contenders or are they not? We'll see about that as the season keeps on going. Cambridge United up against Shrewsbury, of course. Let's take a look at this one then. Of course, played the 10 times 2002, 3 wins apiece, 4 draws. Cambridge over there winning 5, 25% form for them. Shrewsbury with 3 wins on the bounce, 58% form for them. They are still in the mix, of course. Last time around, they're over at Cambridge. It was a 0-0 draw back in, of course, March 2022. Cambridge don't pick up a 0-0 draw also against Plymouth most recently, with Shrewsbury with a big 3-2 win over Bolton. Their 3 wins on the spin have all come at home. So how is their away form heading into this. Of course, look at the odds here. 17 to 10 is Cambridge, 31 to 20 is Shrewsbury, and 23 to 10 is the draw. I'm going with a draw myself on this one. Keeps the momentum going with Shrewsbury, of course, who are still contenders for those playoff spots at the moment. Meanwhile, Charlton Athletic up against Peterborough, of course, coming out at the Vale, and I'd say that's as managers Charlton, I believe. Played the 16 times in 1993, 6 wins apiece, 4 draws, of course. Charlton, though, without a win in the last 7 up against Peterborough side, who haven't won the last 5. 8% form for Charlton, 17% form for Peterborough heading into this one. Last time round, over in the Valley, it was a 1-0 win for Peterborough back in April 2021. In fact, Peterborough unbeaten against Charlton over the last 6, picking up 4 wins and a couple of draws. The Posh, though, did lose to Ipswich 2-1 it was the other day. Charlton also losing at home to Bristol Rovers 2-1 as well. The odds right here right now, we've got Charlton 17 to 10 for the victory, 6 to 4 is your Peterborough, and 12 to 5 is your draw. Of course, Posh need a win if they're going to stay in the thick of things. I'm going with just a narrow 1-0 win for them, getting the 3 points, and of course keeping the heat. Cheltenham up against the leaders Plymouth Argyle, coming at you over in Cheltenham. Played each other 18 times to done 3. 5 wins for Cheltenham, 12 wins for Plymouth, and we've got 1 draw, of course. Cheltenham, though, 75% form for them right now. Just 1 defeat past 6 up against the Plymouth side, just 1 defeat past 6 as well. 58% form, however, drawing 3 at the last 6, not great. The grand scheme of things. Last time around, though, over in Cheltenham was a 2-0 win for Plymouth back in Boxing Day 2021, would you believe it or not? Cheltenham, their 4-0 winners of Chelsea in the Football League Trophy. Plymouth with a big 2-1 win over Morecambe to get back to winning ways. The odds right here right now. We have Cheltenham coming at you, of course, 9 to 4 for the victory, 23 to 10 is your away win, and 12 to 5 is the draw. We are back in the Green Army here to get a point. Another point in the bag, 1-1, of course. Cheltenham, happy about that, I think. Meanwhile, Exeter City up against Pompey. Of course, a bit of a southern affair. This one played each other according to minus 11 times, done 3. 3 wins for Exeter, of course, 5 wins for Portsmouth, 3 draws, of course. Exeter without a win in the last 5. Up against the Pompey side, of course, 2 defeats the past 6. And they need to get some results back in the good side of things. Last time around, though, in the league, it was a 1-0 win for Pompey. That was in League 2 back in August 2016, of course. They have played each other in the EFL Trophy last season. Over in Exeter, was a 3-2 win for Pompey as well. Last time around, though, Pompey with a big 2-0 loss to MK Dons. Exeter, 2-0 loss also to Bolton most recently. But the odds right here right now, we've got Exeter 8 to 5 for the victory, 8 to 5 is your Pompey, 23-10 is the draw. Which way would I go? 2-1 win for me for Exeter on this one. Would you believe it? That could actually see them leapfrog over Pompey in the bloody table. Of course, Fleetwood Town up against Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, Fleetwood Town doing all right into 60th up against Wednesday, who are in third in the table. Played each other 2 times, 2-1, nothing for Fleetwood, 2 for Sheffield Wednesday, no draws, of course. Fleetwood, though, just 1 win, 1 defeat past 6, 67% form for them right now. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, unbeaten in the last 6 games, however, 3 draws on the spin. Last time around, though, over in Fleetwood, as a 3-2 win for Wednesday back in April 2022. Fleetwood, though, 2-1 win over MK Dons. Wednesday with a 0-0 draw against Oxford. Of course, the odds right here right now, we have Fleetwood coming at you, 7-2 for the victory, 4-3 on is your Wednesday, of course, 13-5 is your draw. Back in Wednesday here, 2-0 win for them on the road, 3 points in the can as well. Up to Portman Road we go now. It's Ipswich in second spot up against Oxford, who are trying to climb the table, of course. Played each other 12 times in 1996, 3 for Ipswich, 3 for Oxford, 6 draws, of course. Ipswich, though, 2 defeats past 6 up against the Oxford side, who are unbeaten in the last 6 games, pick up 3 wins and 3 draws as well. Meanwhile, last round, though, over at Portman Road was a 0-0 draw. In fact, 5 of the last 6 have ended up as a draw between the two sides. The only win victory came at Portman Road for Oxford back in February 2020. Oxford, though, 0-0 draw against Sheffield Wednesday. Of course, Ipswich with a 1-0 loss to Wycombe. The odds right here right now, 2-1 on is your Ipswich, 10-3 is draw, 19-4 is your away win. That is, of course, Oxford United. 3-1 win in the end for Ipswich here, but I think Oxford could actually give them a game here. So I don't know how much I read into my prediction on that one. Anyway, MK Dons up against Forest Green Rovers. Bit of a relegation 6-pointer as of course, 21st place Forest Green up against 22nd place MK Dons. Of course, Lockhorns play each other 3 times, 2017, 2 for MK Dons, nothing for Forest Green, 1 draw, of course. MK, 2 wins the last 6 up against Forest Green side. Of course, just 1 defeat past 4. 58% for them. Of course, that's around over at MK Stadium. Of course, it was a 1-1 draw back in September 2018. That was in League 2. Forest Green, a 4-0 loss to Derby. MK Dons with a big 2-0 win over Pompey. Of course, the odds right here right now. MK Dons 2017 on for the victory. 5-2 is draw. 10-3 is your away win here. We're back at MK Dons here. 2-1 win for them. That could actually see them leapfrog over the Vegans and maybe even out of the playoffs. Of course, next up we've got Port Vale up against Morecambe, who are rooted to the table at the bottom. Played 20 times 2007. 7 wins for Port Vale, 9 for Morecambe, 4 draws, of course. Port Vale, though, with 3 of the last 6. 50% form for them right now. Morecambe, though, without a win in the last 10 games, 17% form for them at that moment. Last round, though, over at Vale Park, it was a 1-0 win for Port Vale back in April 2021. It was in League 2. Pompey, though, when I say Pompey, I mean Port Vale with a 1-0 loss against Bristol Rovers. Plymouth did beat Morecambe last time, 2-1 it was, over at Plymouth, of course. 4-64 on is your Port Vale here. And, of course, 40-5 is your, and 4-1 is your away win. That is Morecambe. I'm going to go with that, unfortunately. A 1-0 win for Port Vale, taking the 3 points. And, of course, Morecambe look doomed right right now. Wycombe Wanderers up against Bristol Rovers. Coming to Adams Park. Pledged 24 times to 4. 11 wins for Wycombe. 12 for Bristol Rovers. 1 draw, of course. Wycombe, though, just 1 defeat past 5. 58% form for them right now. Bristol Rovers, though, just 1 defeat past 6. 75% form for them as they look forward to making another push for the playoffs indeed. Meanwhile, last round over at Wycombe, it was a 3-1 win for Wycombe back in February 2020. Of course, Bristol Rovers 2-1 win over Charlton. Of course, Wycombe with a 1-1 win over Ipswich. Back-to-back clean sheets for them. 3 clean sheets on the spin. Look at the odds right here right now. 65-1 is your Wycombe. 60-5 is your Bristol Rovers. And 5-2 is your draw. 2-1 win for me for Wycombe on this one. They're making a push themselves for the top 6. Maybe even more than that. And then wrap it up. It is the Tuesday night game. It is a Tuesday game. Of course, it's Bolton against Derby at Boundary Park, Reebok Stadium, whatever you want to call it. 23 times they finished since 1983. 4 wins for Bolton, 13 wins for Derby, 6 draws. Of course, Bolton, though, just 1 defeat past 6. 75% form for them right now. Derby also unbeaten in the last 6. 75% form for them also heading into this. Let's round that over in Bolton. It was a 1-win for Bolton back in September 2018. Bolton, though, 2-0 win over Exeter. Most recently, Derby with a big 4-0 win over Forest Green. It is 5th place Bolton up against 6th place Derby. So a lot on the line here. Of course, the odds right here right now, 6-5 is your Bolton, 11-5 is your Derby, 12-5 is your draw. I'm going to go with Bolton here. 3-2 win, goals galore. Of course, breaking away from Derby into 6th spot. That is my take on it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. If I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Ipswich Town leading. How did I figure that out? Yes, I guess they do. Plymouth picking up a draw. So they'll go on top on goal difference. Wow. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, in 3rd, going down Morecambe, Burton, Forest Green, and MK Dons still in the relegation zone despite the big fat W. That's my take. Of course, if you want to get involved, use the link here, League 1. And of course, we look forward to seeing you come back around for the next one. Now, here is a bit of a disclaimer about the next couple of shows here for League 1. For games taking place on the 29th and the 1st of January. I will be recording that this week. I'll be recording those games prior to the games here in the 26th. Why? Because I'm going to be on the road in a very, very short space of time. I don't really have the time to do these recordings during after these games because I'm going to be just doing a lot of unpacking, moving, driving, all kinds of stuff, covering 2,000 miles in about 4 days. So I'm going to be recording these this week. I'll be dropping them at the right times. Like so the next games, I'll drop on the 27th. The next ones after that, I'll drop on the 30th. Or I don't know. So just keep an eye on them. They're going to be there, but they will have a little bit of a lag on them, if you know what I mean. But anyway, please appreciate that, and make sure you subscribe, thumbs up, and of course smash the old likey. And of course, I'll see you around for the next one, whenever that is. But until then, all the best.